In one corner of a village, covered in dust, stood a broken hut where lived Shyamu, a simple 20-year-old young man, no big dreams, no grand ambitions, just one wish, to proper meals a day. Since childhood, he worked at the village brick kiln with his father. Now, his father was no more, and the weight of responsibilities had fallen on Shyamu's shoulders. He would wake up at 4 a.m., wash his face with water from a tin mug, eat a bite of dry roti, and barefoot, walk to the brick kiln. To him, the kiln wasn't just work, it was survival. Making bricks was no easy task, carrying clay, mixing it, molding it, drying it under the sun, and baking it in the kiln. It was a labor of blood and sweat. But Shyamu never complained. He worked silently and sincerely. Many laborers worked there, older than him, but none were as honest as Shyamu. While others would rest, smoke, or skip work, Shyamu would still be hauling clay. That day, the sky was moody since morning, there were clouds gathered, and there was moisture in the air. The laborers guessed it might rain, and by afternoon, most of them started leaving. Some said their wives were calling, others claimed their kids were sick. Shyamu sat there thinking, so many bricks were lying out in the open. If it rained, everything would be ruined. He knew the kind of hard work those bricks held. If they got wet, all of it would turn back to mud. By evening, the rain began, and just as feared, a heavy storm hit. Thunder roared. The entire kiln was deserted except Shyamu. Without a second thought, he ran into the storm in his soaked clothes, started lifting bricks one by one, and placed them under a nearby shed. His hands slipped, clothes were muddy, but he didn't stop. He worked all night, saving round for 1,000 bricks on his own. Lightning lit the sky as he sat in the mud, drenched. He looked up and smiled, God, at least you saw me today. I don't give up. With the first light of dawn, the kiln owner, Suresh Seth, eyed anxiously, fearing the rain had ruined everything. But what he saw left him speechless. All the bricks were stacked neatly under shelter. Someone had worked through the night in the mud, saving them from a massive loss. As he walked further, he saw Shyamu, wet, tired, red-eyed, but peaceful. Who stayed here all night? The owner asked. Softly, Shyamu replied, It was me, Seth Ji. The owner couldn't believe it. Where are the others? I don't know, sir. Everyone left. I just thought if the bricks got wet, it'd be a big loss. Seth Ji's eyes welled up. Son, no one would have done what you did. You saved lakhs worth of material. You are loyal and sincere. He handed some money to Shyamu and asked, What do you want to do in life? Shyamu hesitated, then said, Sir, I only want 2 meals a day. But if you're asking, then, I want to be like you. I want to learn. Seth smiled, Son, if someone like you decides to learn, no one can stop you. From today, you are my special man. Whatever you want to learn from me. This kiln is now yours too. Tears welled up in Shyamu's eyes. It was the first time someone respected his hard work. From that day, Shyamu didn't just work, he started learning. He paid attention to the type of clay, how the furnace worked, how to make better bricks. He started answering traders' questions. He was no longer a laborer, he was becoming a skilled artisan. While others just counted hours, Shyamu understood the meaning behind the work. He learned to speak with traders, dispatch orders, set prices, arrange deliveries, everything. Gradually, even the traders preferred talking to Shyamu over the owner. His honest and clear answers won their trust. At first, Seth was happy. But slowly, as traders began praising Shyamu more than him, a sense of jealousy grew. He began watching Shyamu's every move. Even a friendly chat with a trader looked suspicious to him. One day, one of Seth's men whispered, "Seth G, I heard Shyamu is now making his own deals. Maybe he's tied up with another trader." That planted poison in Seth's mind. Soon after, he angrily called Shyamu. "From today, you won't come here. You're fired." Shyamu was stunned. "Did I make a mistake, sir? You think you're smarter than me? You interfere in my business. Go away. Don't teach us." Shyamu's world shattered. The same kiln he saved had thrown him out. He wandered the village unemployed. People no longer noticed him. One day, walking on a muddy road, with no money in his pocket, he saw a white car with a flat tire. He walked over. "Brother, can I help?" The man looked at him and his eyes lit up. "Hey, aren't you Shyamu? You showed me the bricks at the kiln. You explained things so well." Shyamu smiled. "Yes sir, but I was fired from there." The man was shocked. "A hardworking boy like you got fired. Let's fix this tire first." They got the car repaired. Then the man asked, "What are you doing now?" Shyamu replied, "Nothing. Looking for work." The man said, "Come with me. I'm starting a new kiln. I need an honest and skilled manager. You understand the work, and people trust you." Shyamu's eyes filled with tears. He was going to be a manager now. He didn't show off. He was the first to arrive and the last to leave the site. He paid attention to every detail, from clay quality to furnace temperature, from drying time to loading. The workers saw him not as a boss, but as a partner. Old traders returned, asking, "We want bricks made by Shyamu." Soon the kiln turned profitable. One day, the man who hired him called him over and said, "You're not just a manager now. You own 30% of this kiln." Shyamu folded his hands and said, "Thank you, sir." Months passed. One day at the kiln, wearing clean clothes and a mark on his forehead, Shyamu sat with confidence. And in walked Seth Sersh, the same man who once fired him, now visiting as a client. When he saw Shyamu sitting on the chair, he was stunned. "Shyamu, you?" Shyamu smiled. "Yes, Seth G. I left your kiln, but not my hard work." Seth's eyes lowered in shame. "Forgive me, son. I misunderstood you." Shyamu replied, "Whatever happens, happens for good. If you hadn't fired me, I might never have reached here." Both of them teared up. Now, Shyamu was the name of inspiration in the village. Once mocked as poor and uneducated, he was now an example of honesty and hard work. The same boy who once craved to meals was now giving employment to hundreds. Message of the story: everyone's time comes, you just need to not give up before that time arrives. Never consider yourself small. Even if life is hard, dreams are absent, or the path seems unclear. If you have honesty, hard work, and dedication, your time will surely come. People like Shyamu teach us, real identity doesn't come from clothes or degrees, but from your actions and intentions. When all doors seem closed, keep the door of your karma open, because everyone's time comes.